Hey guys, let's talk about using the warp effect in Adobe Illustrator. It's a great way to add some style and something cool to your type. So let's take a look at how this works. Let me share my screen and we'll take it away. So if you have some text like this and you want to give it some style, like a curve or, an arch or something like that, we use what are called the warp effects. So I have this text selected, and I'm going to go up to the effect menu. And I'm going to select warp. And without actually looking at these, it's hard to tell exactly what it does. But I'm just going to pick the very top one, arc, and you'll see how it changes the appearance of the text. So it's really important to look at this little window that pops up, this warp options window. That tells you what's happening and it allows you to adjust the appearance of the text. Also, the key word here is appearance. So what we're doing is adjusting the text based on that format, on that style. If you look at the style, you have choices. If you click on those choices, you have the very top one, and you have arc lower, arc upper, arch, bulge, flag, wave, fish, rise, and so on. And these are different effects that you can apply actually to any object, not just text. But I find it really useful for text. So let's say I pick arch. So this one, it curves the text, but it keeps it straight up and down. Notice how I adjust the slider, the bend, whether I do it negative or positive. You can adjust and change how extreme you want that adjustment to be. There is also a vertical and a horizontal adjustment, which essentially means you can make it smaller or bigger on one side or the other. And those percentages are shown there. Now, if you're not seeing the adjustment, make sure that you have the preview button selected so it shows you what's happening on the text in your screen. So let's say I'm happy with this right now and I click OK. So this is where people get tripped up. The effect has been applied to the text, but in reality, if I hover my cursor over this, you'll see that the text still acts like normal text and it's kind of invisible, but the text is actually still in its previous form. So what I'm trying to say is that what you're looking at is a temporary appearance. So to make that appearance or to adjust that appearance in the future, we have to use the appearance palette. And so that's the thing that people miss. Go to the Windows menu and open appearance. Now, what appearance does for you is it lists all of the adjustments that have been applied to any object, including the warp effect. So if I have an object that has that warp effect applied, it's listed here in the top of the appearance palette. So for me to adjust it, I just click it on that list there, and it comes up again, and it remembers what I've applied, and it allows me to even change it if I want to change it to something else. Say I want to use that one instead. I can adjust it, click OK, and now that is the adjustment that I want. If you don't do that, if instead I go back to the effect menu and I click warp again, it will apply two warps to this text. And that's not what I want to do. And you get really weird results when that starts happening. If you start hitting that warp effect too many times, it starts twisting and turning, and it makes a whole tangled mess of your object or your artwork. So you don't want to do that. You always got to remember warp effect goes hand in hand with the appearance palette to make your adjustments. Now, the very last tip I'll give you on this is, okay, let's say I'm happy with this text and I like the adjustment that's been made. How do I make it permanent? Well, because this is an appearance and because the text is still editable, I need to convert all of that into shapes. So the first step is to go up to the type menu and select Create Outlines, which converts that text into a shape. Now you can see actually the invisible blue line that shows the outline of the text as it is as an object. Why isn't it the same? It's kind of weird, right? The outline actually doesn't match the appearance yet. This appearance is still editable. I go back to that appearance palette. Even though it's no longer text, it's now a shape that's editable. But if I want to permanently alter this and make it permanently an object with no appearance applied to it, that's where I go to the object menu and I use something called expand appearance. So that expand appearance is what basically converts the effect or the appearance of that object into a permanent flattened shape. So let's do that, and boom, now you'll see that the shape matches the appearance, and there's no longer an appearance effect listed in the appearance palette. Boy, that can be a challenge to say, to describe. So just if you want to use those appearance effects, they're awesome. Just remember, you got to use that appearance palette to adjust things later. All right, have fun with that. Hopefully that helps you make some cool adjustments to the warp effect on your text or other objects. If you'd like to learn more, please check out my other lessons and videos. I've got those attached in the description. I even have a free vector tool guide that you can download from me from my website. All right, see you around.